ADA? What has it done, and what is left to do? And I think ultimately the ADA, it's like two things at the same time. It is this amazing, magical, amazing piece of legislation that changed everything, and also left so much left. There's so much left that needs to change. The fact that it exists at all is amazing, and also there's so much that's left untouched by it. And I think, in particular, I think just culturally, I don't know that the ADA did very much at all. I don't know that it did very much at all to change attitudes or understandings. I think that it literally allowed disabled people to be in classrooms and in buildings. And in that sense, I guess you're actually seeing a few more disabled people in the world around you. And that's not small at all. But in terms of people taking the ADA to understand that disabled people should be included, and we're lucky to have them be included, right? Like that this is like a valuable group of people that should be here. I don't know that that translated through that piece of legislation. I know for me, I have literally had conversations with people grumbling about the ADA to me, which is very strange, because I think of all the people that you would feel uncomfortable grumbling about the ADA to, the person who obviously needs it to get into your building and be one of them. But there's such a, I think that there's a pretty deep-seated resistance to the ADA still, with a lot of folks. I mean, that's clear even just like a couple of years ago. I think it was 2017, there was a new piece of legislation that almost passed to kind of undo some of the work that the ADA had done, and it got through the Senate, I think. So, I mean, like that is pretty clear evidence that culturally, there's a lot of work we have left to do to understand the point of what the ADA is even there for. So in terms of how that's translated to representation, I don't think that it's done very much, honestly. I think what has done a lot more in terms of shifting our cultural understanding. I mean, obviously I'm biased. I value writing and storytelling more than most things in the world. So I have a tendency to think that stories are really powerful, but I do think that what we see in literature and in film and in social media, with people kind of telling their own stories or shifting the stories that we have about disability, I think that's the most powerful thing to changing our cultural understanding of disability, and by extension, our built spaces and our legislation and the actual lives of real people.